Hey, this is Jason here in the IPR game room, and today we're going to talk about Pelgrane Press's Mutant City Blues 2nd Edition. Pelgrane Press is a very venerable publisher of role-playing games, including 13th Age, Trail of Cthulhu, and others, Hillfolk, Time Watch, and others too numerous to mention. The previous edition of this game, Mutant City Blues, was carried here and stocked here at IPR until it eventually completely sold out. This was several years ago, and it's been out of stock for a while. And so Kat and Becky and the gang at Pelgrane have released a new version, Mutant City Blues 2nd Edition. It is also by Robin Laws, working with Gareth Ryder Hanrahan. And it is a police procedural. So in Mutant City Blues, you play detectives, specifically police officers, who are part of a special squad called the HCIU, the Heightened Crimes Investigation Unit. And you are very much like the detectives in a television crime drama, like Hill Street Blues, hence the reference to the name, like Law and Order, like NYPD Blue, like Blue Bloods, any of these police procedurals going way back in American television history. I'm particularly personally fond of 1970s sort of TV dramas like Cannon, all part of that. Speaking of which, there are some optional rules in the game to play private detectives instead of police officers, if that's what you would rather do. But the difference, of course, is that you have superpowers. And so you are police officers, badged, uniformed. You're not vigilantes. You are very much constrained by all the rules and regulations police officers work under, but you have superpowers. The setting is really very ingeniously done. The book provides you with everything you would need, basically, to take the setting information provided and drop into a city you're more familiar with. So there really isn't a mutant city per se. It's designed so you can take this and put it in a location you're very familiar with. So for example, if we were to play a game here at the Indie Press Revolution office, we'd probably use Reno because it's the nearest city to where we are. But you might use Chicago or New York or LA, London or Paris, wherever you're watching this from. And the game information makes that very easy to do. There is a lot of information on police culture and slang mixed with what I believe to be imaginary slang and information that was created by Robin Laws and Gareth. But really, like, a lot of information on how police work, how going to court works, how working within the structure of a police department works. And so on. So it's really got a lot of stuff there for that. Now, rules-wise, Mutant City Blues uses a game system called Gumshoe that was originally created by Robin Laws and is used in other games such as Ashen Stars and Trail of Cthulhu. So it is a very investigation-focused game system. So basically, in Mutant City Blues, your characters are really defined by what they can accomplish in an investigative scenario, and not so much by what they accomplish in combat. So this isn't a superhero game like Champions or Mutants and Masterminds or Villains and Vigilantes. This is really a game about investigation, and combat takes very much a back seat. It can occur, but it's not as important. And the way Gumshoe works is really in the foreground is clues, which you get. Clues are never denied to the player characters. You eventually get them all. That's the game master job to make sure you get them. And then the real meat of the game comes in taking these clues and figuring out who committed a crime, because you are, after all, police detectives attempting to figure out who committed a crime. Now, as part of the setting and as part of members of the HCIU, that crime is most likely going to be committed by someone with mutant abilities or against someone with mutant abilities. So A large part of this game revolves around you as someone with mutant abilities, though if you wish to play a member of the HCIU who doesn't have them, there's rules in there to be more of a very accomplished, non-superpowered detective who is there for various reasons within that unit. But most likely, you're going to be a mutant solving crimes about or involving other mutants, and you walk a thin line between protecting your own community, which is 1% of the human population in this setting, though again, most people with mutations in this setting don't have superpowered ones. They have little ones like strange eye color, or strange hair color, or things that are innocuous. That is the vast majority of people who are mutants. A small minority have what we would think of as superheroic abilities. So your job is to protect this often persecuted, maligned minority against the outside, while also protecting the outside against your own group. So it's very interesting as a balance. Now, the game rules are, again, very focused on investigation. There can be combat, but it's very secondary. Actually, chase scenes, much like in the TV shows you're used to, are far more important in this setting. Chase scenes are much more important than combat, and there's lots of rules for them as well. However, your characters are built on a point system. You have 3 different sorts of abilities. There's mutant abilities, general abilities, and investigative abilities. And you spend a certain amount of points on them. You also have a template you work from. Your character is already an accomplished police officer of some kind, a detective, before they're assigned to this elite unit. So they may have come from a gang unit. They may have come from a special victims unit. They may have come from. They may even come from traffic, actually, SWAT, property crimes, homicide. So you're assigned up from what is normally the height of a detective's career to the special unit. So you've got chops, so to speak. You already have a really clear idea of how to do this sort of work before you ever get there. The game system is a lot of fun. I played Gumshoe. If you like detective work, whether that's with this sort of superhero setting, whether that's detectives in sort of mercenary detectives in outer space, like in Ashen Stars, whether that is Cthulhuiana, investigating supernatural pulp-era crimes like in Trail of Cthulhu. A lot of fun, very venerable system, been around for maybe 20 years, maybe a little less, very well known. And highly recommended. So pick this up from Indie Press Revolution. It's available through us. And follow us on the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to our newsletter. And remember, mutant detectives, there's always a solution to a seemingly mysterious crime.